Good morning, David Paul here. I thought I'd just do a little quickie on how things are developing here. Not developing much at all. I've got so much physics work to do. I'm not able to work on the cabin, but I've done a little bit more digging down there to lower the floor level, because it's only just above seating height here in here. So I need to get the floor level lowered down, and one thing in particular I need to do is I need to dig a trench along here from that point there to the center point where the stove is, just next to the stove, where all of the roof beams meet. And the reason for that is because I've got to install a wooden post here. But the problem is if I dig the hole here underneath to put the wooden post in, I will not know how deep I've dug the hole. It has to be, because the soil is compacted already, I don't need to mess around up. You know, if I loosen up too much, then I'll end up with something which is soft. So I want to like kind of machine it off in a way, you know, dig it off, shear it off smooth, so that it'll take the compressive load of this roof pillar. So the way to do that is to simply fit it there, slip it on there'll be a sort of groove in the top of it where it'll fit onto that beam, and then I can slide it along, just gradually walk it along, bang it till I get into the center. Then these two side beams will slot in from the side, and then that'll be it, and it'll be perfect. And that will take a lot of load. I'm not entirely happy with this center beam here. So what I've done is I've gone out and purchased another beam which I will fit side by side with it, so that doubles the strength of the central beam and stiffness and everything. Now the roof is still tilted down like that in a collapsed sort of state. I've got to jack that up, so over there I'm going to fit a jack it up with a car jack, put another piece of wood under it, jack it up to a new height, put another piece of wood under that, and so on and so on and so on. That's the plan for there. If you ever do this kind of thing, you will find that you're buried under wood, because you're trying to get all these resources, and if you're using recycled wood or stuff like that, you are going to be under a mountain of this stuff, and you'll not know what to do with it. So basically what I'm going to do now this morning is, now that I've got a plan, and also that I've used all the long pieces on this roof here, the shorter pieces need to be cut to length to form the walls. So I'm going to make the walls out of them with vertical bits. I'm going to make the walls non-structural, but the framing will be structural. So the walls, you can take a panel, you can take a strip of wood out at any time if you're not happy with it, or along comes a prettier piece of wood, you can unscrew it and screw a new bit in, and the place will just gradually get better and better and better. I must check my breakfast, which is cooking over here, and see that it's okay. Yeah, there it is in the pan. Give it a quick stir. Wow, I put a lot of milk in that. Terrible. That's a huge quantity of porridge for one man to eat in one go, but that's just me. I love the stuff. I'm gonna have to curtail it because I'm trying to cut down the carbohydrates. Okay. Still have these gaps up the top there where wind blows in. So I'm thinking to myself, I need to get the walls up. I need to get panelling in. Even if this was just panelled round simply with wood, like the interior of a barrel or something, it would be so much warmer. It's nice with the fire on at night, but it could do with the whole place being a lot warmer. It's very, very dry in here. it has a tendency to just naturally spiral down in terms of moisture. So it's surprising. You would think that it would maybe be damp. It's quite the opposite. I think that nature wants the water, so the water off my breath and things like that are going into the walls and migrating away, and presumably the trees or God knows what wants it. So it's not damp in here. What I'm trying to do also is, because I go to the library every day and I work and I charge my batteries there, I just I have the lead running out of my bag and I plug it in. So that's how I get electricity. Or if I'm working, I take my batteries to work. Now these things, as I've said in a previous video, this connects to a supplier, which is over there, which supplies my mobile phone and provides me with light and all sorts. And on top of that, I've got these things here, which I get from Decathlon. Now at night time, you can put the red on. That's a red light. It doesn't show up so much in the camera, but it's red. Or you can have white. Now red is not supposed to disturb your, let's do the white. Yeah, that's full on white. So that's not supposed to disturb your sleep at night. So you can put the red on if you're feeling a bit creepy, because it's in the dark in here sometimes. You don't want to be panicky, so you put the red on, and then that's like a little kid's nightlight. So the plan is that what I got to do is flatten 2 of these before I go to the library this morning. I'm going to be in the library all day doing an assignment. So while I'm charging these, I may as well charge these fully in the library. So the electricity that I'm bringing home, I need to use it all up. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, is to go outside with my saw and cut the lengths of wood to length, and the spare bits that are left over I will chop up for firewood, and that should flatten 2 of these. And then when I come home tonight, there's going to be a huge amount of firewood for me to use, and that's that. I'm having a big problem at the minute. I'm paying visits to the forest looking for a log, to find an appropriate log to go in the centre here. And the way this planet is going, I think I'm going to stick to the simple hexagon. And dimensions have changed because I'll explain all the mathematics of it sometime later, but it's probably going to be 2.3 meters length on the spokes of this. Thus the entire interior will be from point to point 4.6 meters wide. I took my tape measure. Oh, let's turn that porridge off, otherwise it's gonna burn. Yeah, I took a tape measure and I stood next to a street railing, and I measured out the various dimensions I've been playing with, so you can see them in the real world, you know. And I realised that some of the sizes have been making this cabin like 5 meters, 6 meters wide, point to point. They're really large cabins, and do I really need to be doing that? I mean, I could, if I want, I can have a ballroom dancing room if I want in here. But is that what I want? It's not going to be. It's not going to be cozy, and it's also. It's just going to be a lot of work for no particular reason. So I've got to strike a balance somewhere. So I think this 4.6 meters is going to work out okay. One of the limiting factors is the fact that I am restrained by the dimensions of these tarpaulins. The biggest tarpaulin I can get of these type, and these are the best ones I can get, are 4 meters by 5 meters. So you've got to get your hexagon to fit underneath that, and you can play with those dimensions a bit and do some mathematics on it. And working with cosines of angles and this, that and the other, and it comes out that you end up with something about 4.6 meters point to point that will fit under. And then after that, you're going to have to start taking extra measures to make it wider. I could do that if I wanted to, but let's keep it simple. I do, as they say in the movies, you've got to cut to the chase, because soon I'm going to be heading off to the Philippines or Portugal. Okay, anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Atilago. Makita tayo sa kana. See you later. Jesus be with you.